I swear, I still hear the screams at night. It was just after midnight when the police stormed our compound. The shouts, the banging on the gate, the flashlight slicing through the dark, everything happened so fast. I was sitting by my window, trying to cool off after a power outage left us in heat and silence. That's when I saw them. The police, in their dark uniforms, moving like shadows through the yard. They were here for Chike. Chike wasn't just my neighbor, he was my friend. A skinny, quiet boy of 16 who always wore the same pair of scuffed sneakers. But lately, he'd changed. He'd started carrying himself differently, his head high like someone who had figured out a secret. He had a new phone, flashy clothes, and once, I even saw him pull out a wad of cash so thick I thought he'd robbed a bank. "Yahoo boys," my uncle had muttered one day, shaking his head. It was his way of saying fraudster. But I didn't believe it. Not Chike. That night, the truth came crashing through the walls. They dragged him out of his room, his mother wailing behind them. "He's just a boy," she kept shouting, clutching her wrapper as though it could shield her from the humiliation. But the officers didn't care. They had laptops, phones, and bundles of documents in plastic bags, evidence, they said. I heard one of them backing orders. "This is the one. He's been running scams, sending emails, duping people overseas." The rest of us in the compound stood frozen. None of us dared to move. We all knew better than to get involved with the police. Chike's face was pale as they cuffed him. His eyes darted around, looking for help, but no one stepped forward. Not even me. I'll never forget the moment he looked at his mother. She was on her knees now, begging, her voice hoarse from crying. And then Chike did something that will haunt me forever, he started laughing. It wasn't the laugh of someone who found anything funny. It was sharp and broken, like he had finally realized how deep a hole he'd dug for himself. "Is it a crime to want a better life?" he shouted, his voice cracking. The officers shoved him forward, but he kept talking, his words echoing in the silence. "I only wanted to help my family. You think there's work for us? You think there's a way out?" Then, they shoved him into the back of their van, and the gate slammed shut behind them. The next morning, the neighbors whispered. Some said they always knew he was up to no good. Others pitied him, blaming the system for pushing boys like Chike into such things. But all I could think about was his mother, sitting outside their room with her head in her hands, her cries still hanging in the air. That night changed everything for me. It was the first time I saw how quickly someone's life could crumble, how desperation could drive even the kindest soul into darkness. And now, every time I hear a siren or see flashing lights, I wonder if Chike ever thought it was worth it.